Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Thought I'd do another update on the tank. Tell you what I'm going to be doing. A couple of issues this week. Nothing, well, one major one, but not the other one, not too bad really. Also what I am going to do is I've had a request because from a follower, Kim and Graham from Instagram. Go and check them out. She was saying that I've not done a video where I've posted my lighting schedule. So what I'm going to do is I'll insert a clip of me doing my lighting schedule, show you basically how high I run it and stuff like that, and basically the general overview of it, of the percentage of what I run. And you'll be quite surprised, I think, especially in this tank. I don't really run it that high, but what I'll do is later on in the video I'll show you exactly what it is. But first things first, what we'll do is we'll look at the tank and we'll look at some of that, well, the big problem that I had. So as you know guys, here's my my torch garden. Obviously I love it, and it's growing out really well. Really happy. But if you notice, you'll notice that there's something missing, and you're right, you're missing that green torch there, which was just here. Now, as you can see guys, there's the anemone, which I've said before in the past is absolutely growing like mad, and its sweeper tentacles, as you can see, are getting longer and longer, more thin and longer. He just seems to have adapted to his position there, and yeah, it's starting to be a bit of a problem, I think. And what's happened is the torch was sat on this ledge here, just there. I'll try and zoom in if I can. No, I can't zoom in. Oh, there I can, yeah. It was sat on this ledge here, and as you can see, the sweeper tentacles of the anemone, I think, basically has stung it, had a bit of coral warfare, and basically stung it. Now I thought I had brown jelly disease, to be truthful. When I came down, it was all like started to, you know, look a bit brown. So obviously I was a bit devastated. I thought, oh no, please, you know, especially with brown jelly disease, it's one of those things you certainly don't want in your tank. But as you can see, the rest of the corals, the rest of the torches are flowing. This dragon soul is growing really well, and also this purple one is retracted a bit, but I think that has got something to do with the anemone as well. But here's the green torch. It was a two-header, excuse me, and as you can see, one of the head has basically been stung to death. And that is definitely to do with the anemone, so obviously gutted about that. I think I'm going to use, I've got a Dremel, I think I'm going to use the Dremel to cut through it. But thankfully, that really, it's only stung the one head, and it was only this green one. I mean, if it would have been like the Holy Grail or something like this, that would have been a bit of an issue, I think. But so far, so good. I'm just going to keep an eye on this anemone now, because obviously if it gets too big, then it's going to have to come out. I'm going to have to somehow try and pull it out of the tank and get rid of it, because obviously I don't want it to sting anymore. But what also another good thing, I suppose, is the growth of this chalice. This is a can't think of the name. I've always forget the name of it, but as you can see, it's growing every solitary week, this guys, and it's growing absolutely massive. Hollywood stunner it is. Got this as a 10, look like about 50p a piece, 10p a piece, and just look at the size of it. Now it's starting to curl up, starting to curl at the edges. It's got a bit of crap on it, so I'll just give that a blow off. Also, this pink hammer that I thought was going to be on its way out. As you can see guys, I put it on the rack, It's absolutely loving it there. So I think it might have a little bit too much flow down on the bottom. I think it might just have a bit too much flow down there for it. It's just not liking it, because there, as you can see, not much flow at all, and it's absolutely it's absolutely loving life. So yeah, I'm thinking it's probably just a flow situation with that. Also, I've got a bit of the Mystic Sunset, which is just there as well. Just there, loving life. Got candy cane and some of the Ceratopia as well. Also, the gold hammers as well. They're looking really good as well. I've got an Aptasia just here, found just there. Didn't know about that guy, so he's going to be getting killed sometime later on. But also, the rest of the corals are all doing really good, guys. What I did do was I got one of these mushrooms, which was here. As I've told you before in the past, because it's been shaded out by these two big colonies, the mushrooms are, you know, basically not colouring out, disintegrate. So I managed to see if I could pull one off, and I did. So hopefully this will start to colour up, and it's already beginning to colour up, to be truthful, this Aquarium mushroom. And I'm hoping that over time it'll produce more mushrooms, and then we can get back to normal. This Gonioporas are loving life. What I'm going to do is, in a minute, guys, I'll show you anyway, I'm going to be taking this out as well. I'm going to be putting it on the frag rack. The rest of them, this candy cane here, this different coloured candy cane, and the scholar are all doing really good. I put a frag plug just here for the jack-o'-lantern to grow on. Absolutely good. I should have really put some more frags around here, really, to be truthful, because obviously I can't get it off that rock. So that basically that's all on that rock now, and it's stuck forever. But the rest of the tank is doing really good, guys. This leather starts to slime up. Basically, leather slime up, and you get another coat, and then it grows, and then it all puffs out. That happened yesterday. The rest of the tank, these Montes and the this Millipora, as you can see, loving life. Really happy. And the polyp extension on these, and this one as well, is really good. So overall, the tank's doing really good. Really happy with the way it is. The Miyagi Tor is just growing every week, more and more new growth tips. And as you can see, I think over the next 6 months, this is going to be a huge colony. This one, obviously, it's starting to grow out the water. I reckon I'll give it another maybe 3-4 weeks, and it'll probably be out of the what do you call it, the tank. But these Gonioporas I'm absolutely loving, and the growth for these guys, just if you just tune back onto my last video, not the last video, a couple of videos ago when I put them down on there, and just see the difference. Absolutely love the flow there, and the growth for them, especially this red one, is just insane. Absolutely loving it. And as you can see, they definitely sting, because this hammer here has lost a head there, so I'm gonna have to move that hammer somewhere. And it's just all about real estate, really, for this tank, to be truthful. If you can hear that noise is basically this Clarisea. It needs to be changed. The filter roll needs to be changed. What I'll do is, if I can, I'll get a stand, and I'll show you exactly how I change it. This Clarisea is fairly straightforward. What I tend to do is I'll just unravel this. I'll then cut it. I'll either unravel it or I'll cut it, and then I'll staple the new one to that one, and then I'll just feed it through the roll and take it off that way, and then basically just cut this with a Stanley knife or a knife, and yeah, just roll it onto there. It takes all of like maybe 10 minutes to do, not even that. And I'm going to be taking this, taking this out, giving it a bit of, well, not taking it out, I'm going to drain it, drain the skim. We'll just look at the skim on that. This is the, as we know, the Redsea is it 300? I think it is, yeah, 300 I think it is. And the skim rate in that is just insane, just really, really good. I did my testing came back yesterday. I did my testing came back at nitrates had risen from 5.9 to 7.4. So that's good, because I wanted a little bit more nitrates. Phosphates though have risen quite high, so I'm going to be putting the reactor on today. They were sitting at 0.24, so really high phosphates. But as you say, guys, look at, you know, if you look at the tank, there's no issues whatsoever, you know, with it. But what I'll do is the alkalinity, that's another thing I need to do, is I need to recalibrate this. So it's going to be a fairly busy day for me. It's going to take me, I mean, the main one is going to be the calibration of that. It takes quite a bit for it to calibrate, sometimes 3 or 4 attempts, but you get there in the end. So I think over time, the tank is going to grow out really well. Like I said before, what I'll do is I'll insert my lighting schedule so you can see exactly what I'm running. Obviously, take into consideration I run the OR3 off at bar light as well. So the light schedule is just for the 3 Hydra 26 HDs, and then just take it to the offset. But I'm getting good power readings. I've said before, on the top here around about 500 on the top here, and then these two sides here around 340, 350 ish around there, and along the bottom we're getting on average around about 160 power on the bottom. So we're getting really good power, good lighting on the bottom. So yeah, that's roughly what I'm getting. And like I said, I don't adjust my lights. One thing I do want to say about the lights as well is a lot of people talk about the AIs with the lens burning. I've got no lens burns on them. These are over 3 years old. Well, 2 of them are over 3 years old. One of them is 2 years old. So I've not had any lens burns. I checked them, cleaned them, not yesterday, the day before. And yeah, there's no lens burns on them whatsoever. But it is worthwhile. If you check it out, the website, they do say 70% or more that of the UVs, then, you know, there is a bit, sometimes you can get a bit of a lens burn, which I don't understand why. Maybe they should make them out of glass, that way you won't get any lens burns whatsoever. But I suppose that's just a cost of, you know, it's more expensive to do it that way. But I don't work for AI, so what am I supposed? It's just my opinion. But like I said, what I'll do, guys, is I'll post this video now after I stop talking, and yeah, judge for yourself what you think. And then if I do insert this, I might just insert a little bit of a clip of like what it's like now, and then obviously what it's going to be like when I put this roll in. So yeah, stay tuned, guys, and watch the light schedule. Alright, guys, so we're back. Yeah. Yeah, I was asked by a fellow reefer, Kim and Graham, to basically show my lighting schedule. I look back on videos and I really haven't done any like lighting videos, you know, what my schedule is and stuff like that. So I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do it. But yeah, nothing out of this world. It's just a basic general setting of what I run. But as you all know, I run Hydra 26s. These are the three lights that are linked to my tank. The Hydra 26s, AI, never had an issue with them connectivity wise. Perfect. I've never had, like I said, never had a problem whatsoever. But basically, I have this is the dashboard of the Ai Hydra. So you'll see that at the bottom you'll have your dashboard, your control, your devices, and your effects and settings. Now these are just all basically self-explanatory of what it is. Your effects are ones like your lunar cycle, your weather, and your acclimation. Now lunar is self-explanatory. The weather, you can basically put in, you know, like thunderstorms and stuff like that. I don't really use any of these sort of things. In fact, I used them briefly when I first got them, just as a gimmick, I suppose it was, just to see how they did. But they scared the fish, so I never really got onto it. And the acclimation is if you have So you know, put new coral in, or you just started to put a load of coral in, and you want your corals to adjust to your lighting settings, then you can acclimate them, which is a really good thing, and I do recommend that you do that. Basically, these are the devices. On these, you get a parent, and then you get how many lights you link to them. They will be called your child. So basically, you have the one parent, and then you'll link daisy chain and basically to the two others that you have, or the 5 others, or 10, how many you've got. Then you'll just connect them, and they'll all work like that. Then we move on to the settings of what I run, and this is like the manual. This is the auto. Now manual, you can adjust it as you want, you know, so you can put greens, reds, etc, etc. But I just leave it on the auto and I set it through it this way. As you can see, my lights come on at 7 o'clock, and they start to ramp up, and by 9:30 they're at the height. Basically, that's where they will stay all the way through to 7 o'clock. Now, as you can see, when it reaches the pinnacle of where it is, I'm only doing UV and violet at 50. The blues, I'm running at 103 and 101. I have no greens and I have no reds, and I only run 5% at whites. Now, a lot of people have issues with the lenses on the Ai Hydras, that they have lens burns. And when you look into it, a lot of people are running UV and violet very high. Now, I believe it's got something to do with running it like that. Over 70%, 80%. I've never ever run them above 50%. So basically, I think in one sense, I think that might be the case why I don't have any lens burns. I've got no lens burns whatsoever on my light, and I never have done so. I checked them the other day just to be safe, and yeah, there isn't any lens burns on any of them lenses. So, and I've been running them 3 years, so maybe there's a cause for it, that maybe UV and violet do burn the lenses, but I'm not 100% sure. But like I said, I run them, and then over time, the UV and violet, they all go down, and by 7 o'clock, when the lights are ramping down, they're at 45%. Blues have stayed the same, and then the blues just drop quite a lot like that. But if you want to take a snapshot of this, or you want to come back to it, these are what I run, and I've had really good success. I don't run greens and I don't run dark reds. I believe that they can promote algae, so I tend to stay away from it. But yeah, these are the ones that I run. I've had really good success with it. And then I obviously have the Orphec OR3 bar that's on the front. That runs every day, but it only runs for 4 hours a day in the morning. That comes on at 9:30. That light bar comes on at 9:30, and it stays on till 12:30. But yeah, that's the only thing that I've added to the tank with lights wise. But this I feel is a really good setting, good base to start with. These grid lines, what I do want to mention though, I run each line meant is 20%. So if you look, you got 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. So you have the 5 lines. That's retail 100%. Now you can adjust this. If you put 2 fingers on the screen, you can raise it up and down like so, and that will obviously go higher or go lower. Now I run mine there, just a little bit low there. So that's the way I like to run it. You know what I mean? So really good system, really good, easy to operate. Really happy with the way this has been designed for sure. And hopefully, if you've got these lights or any sort of lights, you can adjust it to this and let me know what you think about it. So yeah, just a quick overview. Now we'll get back and we'll have a look at the tank. So I'll see you shortly, guys. So guys, we're back, and yeah, like I said before, I was gonna strip it down. I was gonna replace the roll, but then when I looked in it, and I thought, you know what, I'm gonna give it a clean. I mean, this Clarisea is just plumbed in directly into my my overflow there, as you can see. It's just on a 90-degree elbow, plumbed into this part here. But as you can see, guys, I've not cleaned this for about maybe 6 months, so I've got to strip it all down. I'm going to give it a good clean. But just look at the gunk in it. And these little vents, these little cutouts, they do get blocked. Hence, the water not going through it enough and free flowing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take it into the kitchen. I'm going to give it a good clean down. I'm going to strip it all down and give it a good clean, and hopefully I'll come back to you when it's all been cleaned. So guys, as you can see, give it a good clean, good thorough clean. And it's night and day now, so putting it all back together, putting a new roll on it. So next time you'll see everything all working out in the tank. So yeah, bit of a nightmare, but it is what it is. Half an hour to give it a good clean, and it should be okay for another 6 months. Right guys, we're back. So yeah, hope you liked the lighting setting and the intro at the beginning. All the corals, like I said, are all flowing, even though it's a little bit cloudy, and that's because I've stirred up the bit of the sump. I did clean the sump out. I'm going to be taking this out shortly. Got some of the Julian sprungs. These are the ones I do use. I use them. Sea veggies for the fish. They absolutely love that sort of stuff. And then I'm gonna give them 2 cubes of mysis as well at the same time. Well, I'd say a little bit after. But like I said, cleaned the done the Clarisea. I cleaned the Nios, which is at the back. I've cleaned that, and like I said, my phosphates have risen a little bit. 0.22 I think it was, or 0.24, 0.24, 22, I can't remember now 100%, but they're in that ballpark. So I've cleaned that out, and I've set that going. Like I said before, I don't use that all the time guys, I only use it when my phosphates are rising. This Clarisea tends to do the business, so it's looking spotless, like it's brand new. I've cleaned the skimmer cup, just drained it out. So that's all done in the sump for a good, say, couple of months, I reckon. And then I'm just going to basically, I'm just draining this out. It says empty on the app. Drain it out, so there's nothing in the cup, and then you basically just pull this out like so. Get this, pull this pH probe out, and then you just basically disconnect these. It's a bit difficult with one hand, but yeah, you get the picture guys. It's a bit tricky, but there we go. So you just take that on out, this is always stiff, this one. Bloody hell, can't get out now. Anyway, you get the picture. I'm going to take that out, take this out, clean the cup, and then recalibrate it. And then once we've done that, that's it for I'd say a good couple of months with maintenance wise and stuff like that. I won't really need to do anything. Just sit back and enjoy the aquarium. But like I said guys, absolutely loving it at the moment. The tank's looking really nice. Really happy with the way things are going. Oh, and just another thing, I have the MP10 that's running. Obviously it's not looking too bad really, but I'm going to put the one that's cleaned. This is running citric acid. I'll stick this one on, and we just put that one in citric acid and let it do its business. Well, like I said guys, thanks for watching. Thanks for your continued support and following. Don't forget, leave a comment below if you want. I really appreciate your comments. I always read them all, and then if there's a question, I always get back to you. But like I said, hopefully we're going in the right direction with this tank still. Like I said, a couple of issues just with the torch coral, but these things happen, I suppose. You know, especially you have an anemone that's all over the show and growing larger and larger. But we live and learn. It's one of those things. But like I said, guys, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to tune in on our live streams. We've got some good guests coming on. We've also got some really good quality giveaways as well. Some fantastic giveaways that you're not going to want to miss for sure. This week, I think it's on the Bearded Reef channel. So today's date is the 18th. So if you're watching it before that Friday, then you know it's going to be It'll be on the Bearded Reef, but go over to our Instagrams and we'll tell you. There'll be a banner which channel it's on anyway. So, like I said, guys, thanks for your continued support, and I'll see you on the next video. Cheers.